One thing queer, one thing queer, one thing queer. Let's get one thing queer. Let's get one thing queer.
Hello and welcome to One Thing Queer. My name's Jenny Baton and my pronouns are they, them.
And I'm Kelsey Wren and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, friend.
Hello.
I missed you so much, friend.
I know, me too. It's been so long.
It's been like 2 weeks.
It
almost.
has.
Almost, or has it been 2 weeks?
It has been 2 weeks.
Yeah, so last week was Sam's episode. Thank you, Sam, for coming on.
Oh my God, Sam. It was amazing.
It was such a great episode, and Sam was so gracious to like share so much knowledge with us, and I'm just so grateful.
And so eloquent and well-spoken. And I think we told her that after we recorded, but like, wow.
Yeah, we were in awe.
Not a single or like.
No.
It was great.
Honestly, no. I edited it and I didn't really have to edit anything.
I bet. Yeah, no, she didn't pause it was great. Yeah, she was great. Thank you for coming on, Sam.
Yes, thank you, Sam. And we really hope you guys enjoyed that episode. It was, I think, one of my favorites, to be honest with you.
Right? Yeah. And thank you, Sam, for being brave to reach out.
Yes, thank you.
She didn't know us beforehand. And that's really cool that she felt comfortable enough to come and talk to us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Meant a lot.
Yes.
And we finally hit 5K downloads, friend.
What? Yay, us. We did it.
We did it. Yeah, we hit 5K
Nice.
downloads.
Wow.
And yeah, if we look at like the analytics of where our podcast is being played, it's pretty much global. So
Oh my God.
so exciting.
Global people. Very cool.
So I lost the SD card. So the week before Sam's episode, we had to skip it because I was having an ADHD episode and I do not know where the SD card is. Thankfully, we have two. But I lost it. And it was such a great episode. And so we're re-recording that episode today.
Yeah.
But before that, do you want to shoot the shit, friend?
Sure.
Let's shoot the shit.
How have you been, friend?
I've been good. I've been busy with work. Been working a lot.
I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I did some work for BuzzFeed this week. And then I also did a job for Smashbox.
So cool.
And I got to work with my friend Emily DeMont, and I was so happy that she was able to come on and assist with me. We assisted Gloria Noto, and it was such a great day because I got to hang out with Emily, and we've known each other for a long time. We've known each other for years. She's actually from Philly, and she ended up moving to LA, I think back in 2020 or 2021. And so when she moved here, like we finally we met up because she helped me with the wedding.
Oh.
And then, but we've been in touch before that. And the way I found her was she had a podcast and it was all about makeup artistry.
Oh,
and
cool.
I found her because I listened to another podcast that was a makeup artist. Her name was Angie. And I found Emily through that podcast. And Emily ended up following me after I followed her, and we just like kind of kept in touch, here and there. And then she ended up moving. Anyways, long story short, we were chatting because Emily's actually a fairy, and she was telling me that I'm a fairy. And I was like, what? And it really blew my mind because a few months ago, I was telling you this earlier, I was coming into my house and I swear I saw a fairy that was trying to like leave my house. And I got startled because I had never seen a fairy before. And I promise you, I felt like, oh my gosh, what?
Maybe she took the SD card. No, I'm like dead serious.
You scared me because you looked away right now. And I'm like, is there a fairy?
It just clicked in my head. I'm like, because they like to take things sometimes. She probably didn't have anything in her hands. But like, I'm dead serious though. Like,
I don't think it was.
No?
I saw the fairy like months
way
before.
before. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, you scared
Sorry.
me. My heart fell into my stomach right now.
That's how it felt right now. Like that thought dropped in my head, and I was like,
I mean,
why are you listening to me?
if it did, it's probably true.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. So
Or that she tried to grab something she liked in your house.
maybe.
Maybe a stone.
Maybe.
I'm just saying.
Maybe.
Not that they're thieves, but don't come for me. Don't come for me. Just saying. I know that they like trinkets.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, so I saw a fairy and I got startled. It like I opened the door and it like flew out. And so I thought it was so interesting that Emily told me like, "Oh, you're a fairy." I was like, "What? How do you know I'm a fairy?" And she's like, "Oh, because I'm a fairy and I surround myself with fairies." And then it like hit me. I'm like, I do give off fairy vibes. And you're like, yeah, duh.
I'm like, duh, where have you been?
I don't know. It just never hit me. But
Yeah.
And it's funny because like a month ago I went to Five Below and I found a fairy book. And I know nothing about fairies and I haven't read the book, but now I really want to.
I'm like, yeah, I thought that's what you were going for.
No. I wasn't trying to, but I guess I'm a fire fairy.
You and your fire fairy song.
There's a song called Aries. Go check it out. If you follow me on my personal page and watch my stories, you know what I'm talking about. I'm an Aries.
Oh my God. I love it. That's great.
But yeah, I mean, I've just been working. I'm working an event with my friend Astrid on Sunday for
cool.
like a bridal expo. But yeah, just been grinding, friend. How about you? What's new with you?
Oh my God, what's new with me? So I got a new job. I did it. I got a new job.
You got a new job, friend.
Yeah, I'm training, so I am excited. I don't sound excited. I'm only just because it's like been a week of training, and I'm like, it's a lot to learn, but I got it. The person who is training me and is the one who's leaving is like, left behind extremely detailed notes, and I know I know why they did because they're also a Gemini moon. So I was like, oh. I knew it. And she was gracious enough to let me do her chart. And I was like, I knew you were a Gemini moon. I was like, I could see it in your eyeballs. I could see the way you process and your notes. So yeah, it's really cool. It's kind of something I was doing for my last job, like a couple years ago. But it's just like a different material kind of thing. That's
Gotcha.
kind of all I want to say. But it's just very quiet in there. I'm used to a very rambunctious crowd. But it's kind of nice too, because I'm like, a lot of times I'll like disassociate a lot because I'm like, everything's so loud and I can't handle it.
Like overwhelming.
Oh yeah, like it's funny because only a few people know this who I work with when I am working at that place, the loud place. Is that so? We'll be talking and then all of a sudden I go dead silent and people will be like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I just got overwhelmed, so I have to like shut down for a second because everything's so loud and everything's overstimulating right now. So let me recharge and I'll be back. Give me like 10 minutes. I'll be back." But this place is nice and quiet. It's like a desk. It's like adults. They're all older than me, so it's like, no.
You the baby.
Yeah, no games or nothing, but they're really nice. It's like a little small business. Everybody's really sweet. They've been really welcoming, and they were really like sweet to the person leaving, so I know they care. So
Yeah.
it was really nice. But yeah, like on that 9 to 5 grind, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but it comes with its perk. It's hard. That whole thing's hard, but it comes with its perks. So
Yes.
it's really close by the house. So
Very nice, friend.
Yeah, I know.
I'm so happy and proud of you. And I mean, that reading we did at the beginning of the year,
I know.
I
I know, but I was thinking about that because you were like, it's going to start off with a bang. I'm pretty sure the bang was my car, though.
Your car literally
Yeah.
left a bang.
It left a bang in my bank account.
That's what I was going to say.
Exactly. So, yeah. But hopefully that continue. Oh, hopefully the better part of that reading continues.
It will.
It will. But yeah, I got a new job. So I've just been training and catching up. So I'm going to work with Bernie some days too, just like on the weekends and stuff, just to pay off that car bill.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I ended working there Sunday and then I had Monday off and then I started the new job. So I was like, I've just been like nonstop doing that and taking care of stuff that I would normally take care of on days off after work. So I don't know. I'm like, we haven't talked because I'm like, you've been busy. I've been busy.
Yeah.
It's just, I haven't talked to anybody.
Yeah.
I've been exhausted and me and Bernie are getting used to not working together. Like,
It's an adjustment.
I know. I'm
You
like,
guys don't like change.
yeah, no. Well, he doesn't mind change. I don't like change.
Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't seen you all day. Like, I only get to see you for like 4 hours a night. This sucks. Like, this is not fun.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I only see Enno like during the weekends for the most part.
Sorry. And somebody told him also, he was mentioning that to somebody at work, and that guy was like, you get to see your girlfriend every day? And he was like, oh, sorry. I'm like, but we're so used to it at this point. But
It's been a while.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
But it's nice too, so.
You get to miss each other. Yeah. Then you're all up in your nuts. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Not really.
Get out of here. But we do like breakfast together, so that's cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was sweet. Did we just play footsies right now?
No.
I was like, sorry. No, I was like, the box? The box. I was like, what happened right now?
You're playing footsies with the box.
With the box? I'm like, oh, sorry. Sorry, box. Anyways. That's all that's new. That's what
all
I've been
that's
doing.
new. I guess that concludes. Shooting the shit. What are we talking about today, friend?
We are re-recording.
We are re-recording.
We're going to talk about, so we went to that Jubilee. Not Jubilee. We went to the baby gay. Wow. My brain's also fried. I took a nap and it's still fried. We went to the baby gay event.
Yes, we did.
That was very cool. And somebody was on a YouTube video.
Yeah.
For Jubilee.
Old news. Because we delayed. But yes, I was on a Jubilee video.
Yeah.
The Spectrum series. And it was all about lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna both chat about it, and I'm gonna kind of give you my take on my experience being there, but we'll touch on the baby gay event.
Yeah, so we went to the event.
Yes.
It was really cool because you were really busy doing tarot readings.
I know.
It was so cool.
It was crazy.
Friend, everybody was signing up. There was like your
know.
notebook. There was like 15 people there.
I know. I did about 15 readings that day. We had like 4 hours, so they were all like 20-minute readings.
They were back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah. They were back to back, and I'm very grateful. I really want to thank PJ. PJ is an incredible person. And PJ had me come on, and it was just such a easy process. And like, I got there, set up, and everything was like, prepared for us and stuff. And it was really cool. And we're hoping to have PJ on the podcast in the future.
Yeah.
So that way you guys get to hear PJ's story. And I'm really, really grateful. And I'm grateful you and Sandy came out. And,
Yeah.
my partner came and helped me set up and like hold the fort down because I was also doing makeup there. And so, yeah, it was a really busy day, but it was really, really fun.
Yeah, PJ also talks about coming out later in life too.
Yes.
So that was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So,
Yeah, they had performers and like a little bar.
yes.
And it was at the LGBT center down LGBT center down in downtown LA.
In Hollywood.
Hollywood, my bad. Sorry. It's all
good.
the same to me.
I know. You're
Sorry.
like, it's in LA.
It's in LA. That way. Yeah, it was nice. That was Sandy carpooled with me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sandy. I delayed, but thank you, Sandy.
Yeah, thank you, Sandy.
Yeah, it was fun. We got to go hang out and stuff and see the performers. It was cold though.
It was so cold. It was raining. It was pouring down.
It poured the entire time.
Time.
You're not gonna let up at all
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a little chilly.
It was a little chilly.
But it was still fun.
It was really nice to see. They had all kinds of vendors.
Yeah. The center was so beautiful
Oh, I know.
too.
It's big. I
It's
didn't realize it
huge.
was like a whole thing. I put one thing queer stickers everywhere.
Oh yeah. So if you're there and you found some stickers, let us know.
Yeah,
and if you found us because you found a sticker at the LGBTQ center,
Yeah.
let us know.
I posted them on the bulletin board.
Yeah.
I was
Hopefully.
like, I'm putting them everywhere. Sorry.
I mean, our listens have gone up.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was looking at our logistics. Is that what it's called? Statistics? Whatever.
Yes.
Whatever.
Stats, yeah.
Stats, yeah.
Whatever.
I was looking at our stats, and there was an influx
Very cool.
of listens. So if
Maybe
you,
that's
if you guys found us from there, cool.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, it was nice though. It was a good experience. I don't know. Yeah, it was a great experience. It was fun. It was a good day.
It was a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm like chewing my ice. I took a sip of my soda. There's some ASMR for you.
I took a nap to ASMR today, so
Oh, okay.
it was very helpful today. I like it.
Yeah.
The Luna Bloom ASMR on YouTube.
Okay.
Shout out, my favorite. She's queer also, so
Hell yeah.
yeah. So you were on a Jubilee video.
I sure was.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. So I guess we could do like the little rundown of how it came about.
Yeah.
So it came about because I subscribed to the newsletter for Jubilee because I was always like, it'd be cool to do like a video on there. Let's see like what pops up. And so the lesbian one came up and I was like, ooh, I really want to do it. So I applied for it twice. I applied for it twice because I really wanted to be in it. And then, so they got back to me a few weeks later and the director was like, oh, are you free for a Zoom call? And it was like an interview. And that's like where they were going to like choose the cast for it. And so she interviewed me and I think it was like a couple of days later, she said I made it and, you know, got all the stuff, all the information of where it was going to be at and what time. And so the day comes, it was like on a Sunday, I get to the studio and we do like a COVID test and then we just kind of like sit around, we chat a little bit, like the cast and I. And it was really cool because the main reason I wanted to be on it was because I really wanted to showcase that there's representation for non-binary lesbians. And thankfully, I wasn't the only one. There was another non-binary lesbian who was there, and they are mass trans, and their name's V. And it was really, really cool to like hear about their experience. And then everybody else's experience. Everybody was so cool, so nice. The whole cast was incredible. And I feel like they did a great job when it comes to diversity because, you know, we had non-binary lesbians, we had a trans lesbian, we had femme lesbians, like, and we had like, you know, we had everybody. Come on. So I thought that was really cool. And I was really, really, really hoping that they would ask us about like a question about being a non-binary lesbian. And they did. But what a lot of people don't know about these videos is that we actually filmed for 2 hours. Yeah. The video's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So we were asked way more questions than like what was on the video. And so one of the things that I wish would have been featured was that question about like being a non-binary lesbian.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe they didn't feature it because like we all agreed on it. So
there was no controversy.
Yeah, it wasn't like controversial enough, I guess. But a lot of people in the comments were saying that they wish it was longer.
Oh yeah, I read comments and was like, that's where I got from the last time. That's where I got my talking points from. Because some of it I was like, okay. But yeah, a lot of people were like, oh, it's too short. Because like I've seen those videos. I mean, I've watched almost all of them, and a lot of them are like an hour long.
Yeah,
and I was like, what the heck? Like,
yeah, it was so short.
Yeah, and we were talking about it that maybe because they actually teased it earlier than they said they were going to send it out. They said they were going to send it out in a certain month, and they put up a community post. It's like how they're like their bulletin board, and they put it up about how like keep an eye out for this episode. And I was like, wow, that's really early. And then they took that down.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe they accidentally released it too early, and we're going to get the rest of the video. But no, that never happened. So. Yeah. I was really bummed because I was like, I would like to hear you guys talk more about this. Like, I remember you were saying, I didn't know you guys filmed for 2 hours. So even more so, I was like, what the heck? They had plenty of footage.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. And what was weird was they told us the day that we filmed that they were going to email us like 3 months from that day. We filmed in late January. So they said the episode will be out in about 3 to 4 months. So I was assuming the episode would be out by like my birthday or something. So, and they also said that they would email us when it was going to be released, and they didn't. It was just like, you're the one that told me that it was up.
I was like, friend, you're on YouTube.
Yeah, you're the one that told me. I was like, oh, that's weird. And yeah, I wasn't the only one that was surprised. Like every cast member had the same question because we had... we made a little group on Instagram.
Oh, cool.
We made a little, what is it called?
Like a group chat?
A group chat. Oh, my God. We made a group chat on there. And yeah, we were all kind of like discussing like the things that we wish would have been showcased.
Yeah.
One of the things that me and V were talking about that we wish was showcased was at least our pronouns.
Yes.
Because that was like a huge part of why we both wanted to be on it, because we spoke about it before. And yeah, we both really wanted to represent our community and represent our community of non-binary lesbians and like the diversity. And I feel like it would have helped people in the comment section, from what I read, it would have helped them like see that diversity in representing that, like, you know, some of us were not, you know,
not misgendered the entire time.
and not misgendered.
Yeah, it was constant because like I think both of you had said you were non-binary, but it didn't like.
I don't think it was. We did, but it wasn't on the video.
Oh, it was. That's okay. I thought it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, so I'm like,
at all.
Everybody know, like, you didn't even get to like say it out loud.
No.
You know, and not even have the pronoun. They could have done it right next to your guys' names. Like,
That's what I was thinking, and that's what we were hoping for.
Yeah.
And so that was something that I wish would have been done differently, and like a lot of us would have wanted, but nonetheless, it was still a great experience. But definitely wish there was more stuff to have been shown, and like more. There's so much footage and so much like great conversation that I feel like didn't make it, and it made me kind of sad because I was like really hoping that this would be the opportunity. Like the main reason I went on this was because I wanted that representation of being a non-binary lesbian, and it wasn't, and. I don't know. It just
frustrating.
Yeah, it was a little frustrating. But
that comment section was also a
doozy.
dumpster fire.
Yeah,
for lack of a better term.
There are so many like.
It was really transphobic and really like so much kind of gatekeeping. Like there was a lot of going to town on Taryn, basically. There was a lot of going to town on everybody, basically, and it was just like, really, y'all, like it's very frustrating that I don't know if these people are from the community, but it was just like they're just trying to keep this rigid standard of these definitions that like
of boxes.
Yes,
people are obsessed with boxes.
Yes,
but yeah, it was very like, for me, I don't really care like what people have to say, but even like in parts of the video, I remember saying like in my experience, and there's so many people commenting on like, oh no, the Mexican girl is wrong. There was like a part in the video where I was like, my dad was okay with, you know, gay men, but he wasn't okay with lesbians. And I'm like, and I find that it's because of my culture. And then someone, but I'm like, but that's my experience. Yeah. And then everybody in the comment section was like, no, that girl is wrong. Mexican men hate gay men. And I'm like, okay, maybe that's your experience. I'm not invalidating your experience. I'm saying, it's
so frustrating.
Me as a self person, have experienced this.
I like that you did me in Spanish. Am I? Adorable.
Yeah, I spelled it. M-Y.
Love it.
But
I know because I'm learning Spanish.
You do.
I caught it because I looked at it a lot. Anyways, that's what I'm doing too. I'm learning Spanish in my Duolingo.
Oh yeah, you are, friend.
I am. It's really frustrating. Also, a couple of their questions too, the way they were worded, I was like, really? We couldn't have worded this better? Not only was it like super grammatically incorrect, but it was super harmful. So they had one question that was like, the question was, I have damaged relationships with loved ones because of my sexuality. And I was like, it's worded weird. And also like, no, nobody, like, you have not damaged your relationships because you're queer. It's not on, it puts all the blame on anyone who's queer or anybody in the video who's queer. Like, that they're the ones that caused this rift in their family when that's not the case. Like, it was very,
it's the people in the family.
It's the people who are being
hateful.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you being you is not causing this like your family to be damaged. Like,
I wasn't sure if they meant like us ourselves damaged or just like the fact that there was a damaged relationship.
Again, worded wrong.
Yeah,
they could have been.
It was confusing.
They could have been clearer with that too.
Yeah.
There was another one too, and they were talking about how I guess the question was if gay men have more privilege than lesbian women or lesbian people. And it was interesting because like I forget her name, but I think she was talking about how like there's a lot more hate crimes towards gay men, but like also like lesbians get fetishized, but like there was part of it where a lot of people were saying too, like, but being fetishized isn't like a privilege.
No.
Like, it's like really like, wah, gross.
Yeah.
But I could see kind of both sides of that too, because like a lot of times like there was privilege for gay men because they were represented first. Like I saw gay men way before I saw gay women.
Same.
Like, and like even I remember like that old show, that like Queer as Folk show, it was mostly men. There wasn't a lot of women on that show, if I remember correctly. Not that I watched every episode, I was like a child, but I remember like seeing commercials, I'm like, this is only men, like, okay. But at the same time, there are statistics with like how, you know, gay men have more hate crimes.
Yeah.
And it just like,
It's a double-edged sword.
it is for both or for
Yeah.
all communities basically.
Yeah. I think for me, the reason why I forgot which side I was on, but it was like the side of like thinking that gay men do have more privilege was because like think of even just like media and movies. Brokeback Mountain. Think of that film. There's actual sex scenes with two men. And this was like a huge film. When have we had a huge film like that where there's two non-men or non-cis men
Yeah.
having sex?
Yeah. Definitely. Even when we talked about But I'm a Cheerleader.
Yeah. And how they cut the love scenes out. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that yeah.
You know, so I guess that's my perspective of it. And then
Yeah.
also just, you know, men and women or, you know, people that are AFAB.
Yeah.
If you put those in society standards, like who has more privilege?
Yeah, there was something about that too in the comments where it was saying like the men have more privilege because men have normally have more privilege over women or AFAB people, and the same thing with like white gay people have more privilege over POC gay people.
Yeah.
It's like the whole that still comes into play.
Yeah. I mean, think of the LGBTQ movement.
Yeah.
Of like Stonewall and like the trans women that were behind all of, you know, pushing for the rights of the whole community. They held it down for the rest of the people. They held it down for the gay men. They held it, like they did all that work. That wouldn't have happened without trans women. None of these things, like all the rights that we have now, even though like we're losing some, but the rights that, you know, we work towards have happened because of trans women, you know.
Yes.
And a lot of people disregard that. So, you know, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But like you said, it is a double-edged sword.
It is.
It's like statistically, yes. It's like, you know.
Yeah, even in media too, or like celebrities that we know, it takes a while to see women or AFAB people not have them come out, because I don't want to say they're outed because they would come out on their own, but like with gay men, we instantly know. Like it's like one of the first things that gets said about them.
Yeah.
And with like women or AFAB people, like it's like you find out later through a Google article. It's not like a part of their like celebrity info, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people want to sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
But like gay men, it's like, oh no, he's a, you know, it's this person, blah blah blah, gay man, actor, blah blah blah.
Yeah, and it's like people also believe gay men more than they believe lesbians. Like when someone comes out as a lesbian or bisexual, it's like, no, you want to end up with a man.
Yeah,
like,
or you haven't had
it's
the
a
right
phase,
man or whatever. Yeah,
and then like a gay man says that they're gay, it's like, okay,
yeah,
that's it. That's the end of story.
And even gay or even bisexual men, they're like, people are like, oh no, you're gay. They push them towards just gay.
Yeah, and that's all part of misogyny and like the underlying, you know, messages that we are brainwashed into thinking that the whole world just wants a man.
Right. I think also there was something that happened with, believe it's with V's Instagram too, when you guys when it first came out, and they were talking about how they wish they also had the more representation, and it was they had received like some hateful messages and stuff from the video and everything. I don't know if you wanted to talk about that also.
Yeah, I mean, it was just basically we were chatting about, and they had posted about that they were saddened that we didn't have that representation of being non-binary lesbians, because we both went in with the intention of not promoting, but like spreading awareness that this is a thing. And it just sucks. Like it really makes me sad that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Going back to that question though, like the do gay men have more privilege than lesbians.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it didn't sit well with me asking a question like that when I really think about it now, because it's like, it's creating kind of like friction amongst the community.
Yeah.
You know, like putting people against each other when I think that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
I much rather have had the like other questions that we were asked than that question put on the video. And so it just, I don't know. It's just very interesting, like the choices that they made.
Yeah, it's that same old trope of like gay men versus lesbians. Like,
Yeah.
it further puts that, because even like in like the L word, it's like a thing also that like
Yeah.
they kind of make a joke about. Like, it further puts that like wedge there.
Yeah.
You know, and like there was a couple of things that they like in the comments too. People put that wedge, and it further, like, people were very upset that there was a trans woman there, and it was like, dude, like.
Yeah.
Like, it's
those comments were just.
It's insane,
Complete.
and it's LGBT. Like with the, you know, she's there. Like we can. I don't understand this wedge that has to happen. Like, it doesn't have to. Like, it's.
I don't know.
frustrating.
Those comments were
They were
a nut show.
It was
but
a nut
there was a few. There was a few that were very sweet,
Yes.
and a lot of people were like, "Oh, this seems like a really sweet group." We were a very sweet group. We are a very sweet group. Every single person in that video is a great human being, and I'm very grateful I got to do it with them. And they're all valid. Their stories are valid. There's like a lot of people just invalidating everybody, and I'm here to tell y'all that you got no right, and you don't know what people are. Like, listen to what they are.
Yeah,
and
oh, sorry.
and who they. I forgot.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, and also like you're taking this small little snippet of like these like snapshots of what people say, and you're on this commenting board where you're like, they said this, it's hard and fast and true, and this is what they mean. Like Taryn had mentioned, like I think she mentioned in passing, like, not that the way I took it, she said attracted to men, and they were like, you're not a lesbian if you're attracted to men. And I was like, I think she meant that in a different way, though. Not like, there's also different attraction. I'm sure you could be like, oh yeah, that man is conventionally attractive to people, and it's obvious.
Yeah.
And that might have, I'm not speaking for her, but that might have been how she meant it. That doesn't mean she wants to sleep with him.
And
Like-
regardless, like who are you to tell
Exactly.
someone who they are?
Exactly.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
some people just need to be quiet.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I'm so grateful I was able to come on, and I really want to let people know that if you want to be a part of these videos, it's so easy to do. Just go on their website, sign up for their newsletter, and go on. Like, you know,
I did.
yeah, do it, friend. Like anybody who wants to do it.
I did it.
Yeah.
I did it last time we talked.
Yeah. I signed up for one. It's priests versus witches.
Oh, sweet.
As an ex-Catholic, I'm excited.
You should do that. It's like that Spider-Man meme where it's like, you're me, I'm you. Because you guys do rituals. I was just talking about this with somebody. That's hilarious. How we're like, they all do pagan rituals. Yes.
Yeah, literally.
I'm like, your Christmas tree's an altar. You're leaving food out for who? Love it.
Crazy.
I know. I mean, we could go down the rabbit hole of that one day if we
That's
want.
another episode.
It sure is. It sure is. But yeah, it was exciting to see you on YouTube, though.
Thanks, friend.
I know it came out, and I was gonna watch it because I watch YouTube videos while I work. And Bernie's like, "Save it. We're gonna let's eat dinner. We'll watch it when we eat dinner." I'm like, "Okay." And we're like, "Jenny's on the TV."
It was crazy.
I bet.
Crazy to see me on there, but it was cool. But yeah,
cool.
that was my little experience and my 2 cents
Yeah.
on that experience. If you haven't checked it out, I'll link it in the description. It's a good little watch.
Yeah.
15 minutes. So
Which was longer, but it is good a little watch.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Do you want to do social?
Sure. Oh my god, I haven't done this in so long. Please follow us on Instagram. It's One Thing Queer, and my personal Instagram is SpexRayX.
And my personal Instagram is at Jenny Lynn Bouton. And if you would like to follow us on TikTok, we are at One Thing Queer Podcast. And then you want to do email?
Yeah, if you want to come on the podcast or have any questions or want some big sibling advice, email us at onethingqueer@gmail.com.
Yay! All right, I guess that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of One Thing Queer. Make sure to tune in to next week's show.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye! Music by Jacody Lamone. Produced by Kelsey Wren and Jenny Baton. Edited by Jenny Baton.